We're here live in the mix zone with Fabiano Caruana, who just won his last game. How's your Blitz tournament going in general?
Very mixed. The first day I started, it was a really rough start. I was losing a lot of games. My result after the first day was 8 wins and 4 losses, so no draws. And today has been going good so far because I started to break into the top of the standings. Okay, still, my tie breaks are bad, and there's quite a bunch of people ahead of me, but I'm starting to win some important games. And now I'm +6, which is probably like a point out of first, I guess. But my tie breaks are bad, and there's a lot of people still who I'll have to play who are very strong. Like I haven't played Magnus, I haven't played Maxime, and so on. So it's going to be really tough, but I'm happy about my situation. I'm happy at least to still be in the running.
And you have a lot of rounds to catch up with. Like you can play against them, beat them. So in a way, that's a good thing, right? That you still have to catch up to them in that way.
Yeah, I assume at some point I'll have to beat the strongest players if I want to fight for the top spots. But that's how it always is. So I didn't expect that I would have an easy ride here.
And an interesting question I have for you. For classical chess, of course, you have time to prepare against your opponent. With Blitz, you find out a minute before you play who you're playing against. So what is your decision based on, like, for your opening? Like, how do you decide what you're going to play in your game?
If I know my opponent and I more or less know what they're playing, then I might think of something that I'm comfortable against them. Something where, like, let's say I like one of the lines that I know that they play. If I don't know my opponent at all, which is very common, like let's say I was playing Nesterov, who's a very talented young player, but I don't know him at all. I've never played him before. I don't know his repertoire, and in that case I tend to fall back on my usual stuff, the stuff that I'm most comfortable with.
Okay, great. And how do you improve at Blitz? Like the general person, what would your recommendation for me be to improve, get better at Blitz?
I would say practice is very important, and tactical awareness is the most important thing in Blitz. I would say 2 things are definitely like top of the list. The first is tactical awareness, and the second is going to be being comfortable in the positions you play. So having a repertoire where you know what you're doing is going to be very important as well.
Okay, great. Last question. Should we have a bullet world championship?
Well, it depends what that is, because if it's 1-0 with no increment, then yeah, it's going to be such a mess that you'll never be able to sort out all the disputes and complaints and so on. If it's like 1 minute with 1 second increment, it's still going to be a mess, but because 1 second increment over the board isn't too much. Maybe like 2 seconds, 2 second increment. I don't know if that's Blitz or bullet, but it's an idea. I wouldn't take it too seriously, but I would probably have fun participating in an event like that.
Yeah, maybe that's the future of chess. Let's see. Good luck for the rest of your rounds, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks so much.